All right, so hello everyone again. So another very interesting session, another very interesting topic will be about how to make a good lesson plan. Very interesting topic. Whenever I mention the word plan, I remember a Chinese proverb that says plans are nothing. Plans are not important. Plans are nothing. But planning is everything. Plans are nothing, but planning is everything, which is you have to plan for your life. The how is more important than the what. So what are you going to include in the lesson plan? How are you going to proceed, etc. Great. So this is the topic of today, how to make a good lesson plan that will save your life, especially if you are teaching a lot of classes and you don't have to make them feel bored. Design very interesting lesson plans. Great. Now here, let's get started, the warm-up. Someone to read this or these statements. Any volunteer?
Can I read?
Yes, please.
Number one, a good lesson is like a basketball match because. Number two, a good lesson is like a movie because. Number three, a good lesson is like a meal because.
Great. I would like to give you 2 minutes. Take some notes. Choose only one because. Choose only one of the three choices. 2 minutes. Great. Any volunteer? Yes, please.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, Muhammad.
Yeah. Number two, a good lesson is like a movie because you must follow the steps step by step, shoot after shoot.
Good. Thank you. Yeah, Shayma.
I will choose this the second one as well. So a good lesson is like a movie or a film because it has a plot, like a movie.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and we should not like lose the thread of the lesson. So it should be like, yeah, it should be like as Muhammad said, like step by step. It follows a leaning or I don't know how to put it. Like, so
Great.
it needs a plot. Yeah.
Wonderful. Wafa.
I choose the third one. A good lesson is like a meal because it's well prepared and balanced.
Wafa is Moroccan. Food.
Yes. It's night. I'm about to finish my work. Nishal busy.
Wonderful. Yeah, Umayma.
I will go for the first one. A good lesson is like a basketball because it has goals and objectives.
Wonderful. Thank you. Very interesting. Ines.
Can I share mine? Oh, yes. I'm going to talk about the first one as well. A good lesson is like a basketball match because the better you plan, the more you win.
Great. Aisha. Do you hear me, Aisha? All right. That's interesting, by the way. So look here. What do they have in common? A good lesson is like a basketball match because there is beginning and ending. A good lesson is like a movie because there is beginning and ending. A good lesson is like a meal because there is beginning and ending. A good lesson is like a basketball match because there is preparation. A movie, you prepare. A meal, you prepare. All of them, okay. And there is a purpose. When you play for a purpose, when you watch a movie for a purpose, when you eat meal for a purpose. Good.
And there's also
then,
fun because the three of them contain fun as well.
thank you. Fun games in your classes. You add some fun. Wonderful. And there is a trainer, players, a movie, actors, and the viewer or the audience, the meal. So there are some common things between all these activities. Great. The next one. Look here. Lesson planning and the principles. Okay. Read the following definitions and answer the questions. Any volunteer to read the first?
Yes, here.
Can I read?
Can I read?
Okay, Muhammad, then Wafa. Muhammad number one, Wafa number two.
Yeah. Read the following definitions and answer the questions. Number one, good lesson planning is the art of mixing techniques, activities, and materials in such a way that an ideal balance is created for the class. Harmer, 1983, 2021.
Yeah, 221. Good. Wafa.
A. Why is good? Why
No,
is good?
Wafa number two.
True.
Suwaj number two.
Lesson planning is a thinking skill.
Great.
I continue
Yes,
or
Bizri
just here?
Muhammad, can you read the
Okay.
question? Yeah, Muhammad Bizri, yeah. Thank you, Wafa.
Yes, why is good lesson planning? The art of mixing techniques, activities, and materials.
Good. Ines, B.
Do you agree with the definitions? Justify your answer.
Wonderful. Hsna, Tijani, C.
Can you guess what is meant by flexibility and variety in lesson planning?
Wonderful. So I would like to give you again 4 minutes. Read the two situations and answer questions A, B, and C. 4 minutes. All right, great. So number one, or A, what is good lesson planning, the art of mixing techniques, activities, and materials? What do you think?
Sir?
Yes, please. Ines.
I do think that a good lesson plan is the art of mixing techniques. First of all, it's an art because it's a form of expressing our character. So the teacher expresses his or her character via the art of mixing a variety of techniques. And to use a mixture of techniques is to avoid boredom, especially for students, so that they cannot feel bored and so that your class can be outstanding.
Wonderful, great. Okay. So here we have, what is the keyword for question A? What is the keyword?
The art.
Art
Sir,
mixing.
can I?
Mixing. So mixing stands for what? For what exactly? For
Variety. Variety.
variety of what? Techniques, variety of instructions, variety of
Methods.
materials. Wonderful. So again, vary everything in your classes to avoid boredom and to motivate your learners to learn a lot. Great. B, do you agree with the definitions? Justify your answer. Aisha, بالخير.
I just want to say that for the A, because we are supposed to teach a different learning style, that means we have to vary our activity to cater all the needs of our students.
All right, interesting. Thank you. Next, Wafa.
Concerning the two definitions that were given, I agree with them. First of all, it is an art because it does magic. Magic is done when the students can focus and can understand what the teacher is given, and the teacher, he or she can keep their interest on the teaching, on the learning process by mixing and using different materials and the equipment. So yes, I agree.
Wonderful. Good. Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, the two, I mean, definitions are relevant and they are to the point. C, can you guess what is meant by flexibility and variety in lesson planning? Muhammad Bizri.
Yes, a flexibility teacher, a flexible lessons it means it must be easy and clear to facilitate. And the variety is when we the balance between techniques, activities, and materials. We use variety.
Thank
Variety
you.
makes perfect.
Wonderful. Yeah. Shema,
That's
would you add something else?
Yes, sir. For me, flexibility is when you are able to change the plan quickly without the students' attention, and when you can adapt to every situation, like every sudden situation could happen in your classroom.
Right.
And variety is when the teacher vary his techniques and styles in teaching, and the rules also um, during his lesson, and when he vary also the tone of the class. And yes, this is my opinion.
Good. Hasna Tijani.
For me, I think flexibility is when the teacher is not too serious during the lesson and not too funny all the time. And the variety also stands for mixing the techniques for the purpose of the lesson, depending on the purpose of
Good.
the
So that's
lesson.
interesting. Yeah. Flexibility. Now you design your lesson plan at home and you say for the presentation, I would like to give them 10 minutes. Good. The coming day, when you teach, you will find that students are very interested in the presentation stage. You can give them more. Or students understood quickly. So move on to the next stage. 5 minutes are enough, which means if you write 10 minutes for presentation, be flexible, because the coming day when you teach, you have to be flexible about timing, about the mode of work, etc. Now, in your lesson plan, you have 4 activities, or you have only 2 activities for the practice. Once you start teaching, you discovered or you notice that your learners are not grasping the structure well. Flexibility. Give them another activity. Be flexible. Give them extra time. Be flexible. Variety, you vary again. Practice gut feeling, matching, completion, true or false, variety. Instructions. You can use your body language to give instructions. You can give it using a sentence, etc. So it's the meaning of flexibility and variety. Great. Next. Now here, important questions. What am I teaching? I'm teaching English, grammar, reading, listening. Who am I teaching? Slow learners, high achievers, first grade, second grade. How will I teach? Deductively, inductively, explicitly? How? How I will, or how will I know if the students understand? What kind of concept questions I would ask my learners? These are some of the questions you have to ask yourself when you are preparing for the lesson plan. Next. Now, why planning is important? Planning is very important. Number one, self-confidence. You feel confident because you are prepared. You know when to start, you know how to do it, and you know when to finish. Self-confidence. If you don't prepare, you are confused, worried, scared, etc. Number two, it gives you a sense of organization. You are organized. You start at this stage, then you move smoothly to the next one, then example, then practice, then the next stage. So there is an organization of your activities, materials, etc. When you design your lesson plan, there is flexibility, there is variety. You are thinking about activities. All these to help your learners feel interested, because you are designing activities based on communication. You are designing fun activities and students feel interested. This is the importance of lesson planning. And of course, it's an evaluation at the end. You evaluate yourself. What was good about my lesson? What was not good? What are the weaknesses? How can I modify, change, etc. So at the end, the lesson plan will push you to reflect and to assess what was good and what was not good about your lesson. And of course, the lesson plan guides you. You look at the lesson plan. Stage one is presentation, pairs, 5 minutes, interaction, teacher, student. Guiding you. Then stage number two is practice, group work, 10 minutes, students. So it guides you. Okay, is it clear so far about the reasons why planning is important?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right. Now, another very interesting question. What should be included in the lesson plan? Can you give me some examples or some components that we have to include in the lesson plan?
Yes, sir.
The purpose.
Objectives. Good. Give me just one. Muhammad. So what's the purpose? Muhammad.
The unity.
Sorry?
The unity. State the unity.
All right. Shayma.
Procedure.
Procedures. Thank you. What you are going to do now, after, next. Great. Wafa.
Aims.
Thank you. So purpose, aim, objectives. Good. Halima.
Timing.
Timing. Thank you. 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7
Yes,
minutes. Great. Next.
The content.
The content. Okay. Yeah. Umayma.
Ages.
Activities.
Umayma, you said what? Activities. Okay. Good. Amal.
instructions about the mode of interaction between the students.
Good, thank you. Ines.
I already said the objectives or the purpose.
Good.
of the
Saida.
lesson.
For me, I think it's timing.
Yes, there is time. Wonderful.
We
Good.
still have materials, sir.
Yeah,
Pages.
materials. Great. So let's see here. These are the main aspects, the main components. We start with the aims or objectives. By the end of the lesson, students will be able to use the structure of the affirmative, negative, and interrogative of the verb be. Timing, each activity, how much time? Teaching aids, are you going to use the whiteboard? We can call them also the materials. The whiteboard, the handouts, the pictures, etc. Procedures, how? The teacher will use the textbook asking students questions. The teacher will use activity number 1, etc. Interaction format, group work, individual work, pair work, etc. Class level, first grade, second grade, first back, second back. Anticipated problems, you have to add it. What do you think the problems your students may face? I'm teaching the verb or the simple present. He, she, it. He plays, he cooks, he kisses. So we have problem of pronunciation. S, z, and is. These are problems. And then we have the activities and approaches. Are you going to use a picture to elicit questions, answers inductively, or you are going to give them the rule deductively? It means, okay, so these are the major components. Look here. Now let's reflect and evaluate. Consider the following lesson plan written by one of the teachers. Identify their main components. Number 2, consider the way the lesson plan was written. And number 3, is there any missing? Is there something missing? Okay, so remember the questions or take a picture of the questions. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good. So look here. This is the lesson plan, and these are the identify the what are the main components. Here, the main objectives is one of the main components. Stages, procedures, timing, materials, patterns of interaction or mode of work. So we finished number 1. Okay. These are the main components. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Now, I would like all of you to answer number 2 and 3. Consider the way the lesson plan was written. Is it well organized? Is it clear? Is not clear? What do you think? And number 3, try to analyze carefully and see if there is something missing. Okay, if there is something missing. Remember here, these are the major components. You can take a picture of this slide, then you see the lesson of the teacher. Is there something missing or not? So take a picture. I'm waiting for you. Yes. Did you take a picture?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Great.
teacher.
So these are the 2 questions, 2 and 3. So let's move on. Now, I would like to give you 4 minutes. Reflect on this by answering question 2 and 3. Yes, please. Question, Shaima?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The question number 2.
All right.
Consider the way the lesson plan was written. I think it is organized. We have the stages and the timing, and we have the procedure, the objectives. I think it is organized.
Good. Yeah, it is well organized. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Others, do you
Sir?
agree? Yes.
Sir?
Yes, please.
I think it could have been more organized, like the use of colors, just for the teacher to differentiate between different activities or different stages. Just I would prefer
Highlighting.
to use like highlighting, yes, or to use another font, bigger size, for example, just for me not to be confused as a teacher, especially if I am a novice teacher.
Perfect. Yeah, very interesting. You can highlight the main points. Wonderful. Wafa?
Yes, for the form, for me, it's organized. It tackles all the points that a teacher should cover in a lesson. There is timing, aims, there is stages and everything. I guess it's well done.
Thank you. Good. Yeah, this lesson plan is based on which model?
PPP.
Perfect.
Practice. Yeah. I mean present, practice and production.
Great. PPP model, presentation,
Yes.
practice, production. Great. Now let's move on to the question number 3. This is question, is there anything missing in this lesson plan?
Yes, there is something.
What is it?
Just give me a point. It's I'm just looking on when the teacher does not knows the problem that he can they can face once preparing for in the classroom while teaching the lesson. I'm just anticipated problems. Here is the term.
Yeah. So let's go back here. Here, where is it? Where is it? Anticipated problems. Yes, you are going to plan, but of course, you may think about the challenges you may face or your learners may face. And how? What is plan B? How would you overcome these problems? Very interesting. Good. Is there something else missing?
No.
No. Everything is mentioned.
Variety. There is no variety. Variety of using materials. Like only the board and
Give a
hand
clap to
pouch.
Muhammad Bizri. All of you, clap for Muhammad Bizri.
Thank you.
Look at the materials. What are the materials?
Only the board and the handout.
Come on, only the board, the handout, the board, the board, the board, then handout, the board. No pictures, visualization, no body language, okay? No realia, no PowerPoint presentation, no slides. So vary your materials, no textbook, only the board and the handout. So no variety. What do you think, students here? How do they feel?
They feel bored, I think.
Perfect.
Sir, maybe
They feel
because
somehow
grammar
boring.
is boring. I think grammar is boring too.
Grammar is boring, or is the way it's taught is boring?
The way it's taught, I think it's boring. We could make it more fun if we use like, I don't know, slides or videos or songs.
It's according to the student and to the teacher. We grew up just studying with the board, so we did not give this remark because it's normal for us. I never remembered that a teacher, when I was a student, explaining thank yous in realia or anything. They just speak to the board and speak to us back.
Good, very interesting. Now, I would like also to focus on this one. Just 1 second, it's very important. Look here.
The patterns of interaction.
Students. So look just here. Teacher, students.
There is no students, only students, teacher.
Thank you. Perfect. There is no students. Look here. Teacher, students, students, teacher,
group work.
teacher, students. Okay, and students, teacher. Here, is this lesson based on learner-centeredness or approach or teacher-centered approach?
Teacher-centered approach.
It sounds like this. It sounds that the teacher is the boss. The teacher holds authority. The teacher adopts the grammar translation approach heavily. Great. So please pay attention. We would like our learners to give them space to interact. Student, student. And the teacher's job is to monitor or must be behind the stage, behind the scene, just assisting, guiding, helping, motivating, and let them use the language, let them practice. Okay.
Yes. Teachers
Wonderful.
should reduce TTT.
Thank you. Here the TTT must be high, of course. The next one
Professor,
here.
please, I have a question.
Yes.
What is a TTT? I say it last time, but I couldn't find the.
Yes, Shayma, would you elaborate on TTT?
Yeah, it means teacher talking time. Like the teacher when he or she talks a lot, and the students just passive, not active.
It's clear. Thank you.
Good. So basically here we have two. We have the TTT and STT. If you adopt the grammar translation method, your TTT is high because you are the boss. You are the man. You know everything and you explain everything. But students are passive. They are silent. They are just followers and their STT is low. Now we teach English communicatively, remember, and we adopt the communicative language teaching. So the learner should talk more than the teacher. The STT must be high. How? Using communicative activities, using realia, using pictures, eliciting, asking questions, using your body language, using a video, give clear instructions, short instructions, facilitate, motivate, and be away. Students should practice, should talk. This is STT is high. TTT is high because you don't master the techniques of teaching. You don't know the strategies. That's why you start blah, blah, blah. Everything, you explain everything, you give them the rule, etc. All right. Good. Now look here. This is a Moroccan textbook. Remember about grammar? How to teach grammar effectively? Remember this lesson?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
About which grammar lesson?
Verb to be.
Wonderful. Now, look here. Objectives. By the end of the lesson, students will be able to do what? Number 2. Number 3. Look at activity 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then you can have the objectives. And here we can start the presentation. The presentation, for example, the teacher will use what? The teacher will start with what in the presentation?
Maybe a short paragraph.
So we can start with the students or the teacher.
Questions. We can start with questions.
Okay, so what do we call them?
Leading questions. Oh, yes.
Good. Leading questions. Good. So we can start with the leading. What else? And also
guessing.
Prediction.
Contextualization.
Visualization. Yes. You can say presentation. The teacher will ask learners to do activity 1. Activity 1 means the leading questions. Then sorry, the mistake here, visualization, etc. Okay, so pictures, visualization. What else? And also contextualize. Yes. And also we can talk about. So let me just write it here. By the way, so let me write here just number one. Sorry, just to make it obvious. So for the presentation, we can ask learners to answer what? The leading questions. Lead in questions. Good. Then next, prediction using the picture. Visuals. Okay, students are going to describe the picture. How many people there? 4. What are they doing? Talking, where, etc. And also for the presentation, we have to help learners to notice the structure. We call it highlighting. So the teacher can ask learners to do what? To read the conversation and to underline which verb?
Verb to be.
To be.
Wonderful. Highlight. I don't have space to write there. Is this clear? Highlighting.
No problem. It's clear.
Yes, sir, clear.
Good.
Yes.
So number one presentation, students will answer the leading questions. Number two, the teacher asks learners to describe the picture. Number three, the teacher asks learners to read and highlight or underline verb to be. It's observation. Good. Now for the materials, what can you use here? Materials. What do we have? Textbook, yes or no?
Yes, textbook.
Yes.
What else?
And the visual, it's maybe some pictures
Board.
or
An audio, maybe.
Handout.
Handout. Thank you. You can use a lot. Techniques. For number one, for the presentation, what techniques? Prediction. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Guessing.
Guessing. What else? Contextualization.
Contextualization.
Contextualization. Thank you. Highlighting is a technique. Highlighting. For timing, activity number one, how much time? What do you think?
maybe 15 minutes.
15, 10 minutes?
10 minutes.
So 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Thank you. The mode of work. What do you think about activity number one? Mode of work.
Teacher, students, students, students.
So we can say pair work, group work. What do you think? Individual work?
Individual, maybe or individual.
You are the boss. I don't know your students. You can choose pair, group, etc. So activity one, pair. Activity number two, we can say individual work. For example, okay.
Teacher, I guess for grammar teaching, individual work is better. It's not like teaching speaking or teaching writing in which they can benefit from each other knowledge. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, and it depends. It doesn't depend on the skill, grammar, listening, but it depends on the activity. And it depends on the size of the classroom. It depends on the objectives of your lesson. It depends on the level of learners. You see what I mean? So maybe it's gonna work for you and with your learners individual work, but for me, maybe it's gonna work. Pair work would be better because I have got very interesting learners. They love collaboration and working together. So there is no best, there is no perfect, but it depends on the activity exactly and the play. The classroom, the level, etc. You see what I mean, Amal?
Yes, it's clear.
Good. Now, I would like to give you 5 minutes. You work alone, and now practice is number 3. And then we have production is number 4. Try to procedures, what students are going to do exactly. And then what are the materials you are going to use and what techniques, how much time, and the mode of work. And you move to procedures the same. Clear so far?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Good. 5 minutes. Take your time. Yes, please. After that, I would like you to take a picture of this slide because I'm going to put you in pairs or in groups of threes, and you have to share what you have written. Is it clear?
Yes.
Great.
Yes, teacher.
So we still have 4 minutes left.
Do you hear? Hello?
Hello?
So for the materials, it's for this technique is realia, which is the pens or anything that is colorful. The technique is this technique. I just don't know what we call this.
I'm sorry,
And
did we start the group discussion or?
I don't know exactly what happened.
Because our room time is over. I don't know.
Yes, Umayma, go ahead. Yeah. Umayma?
I was confused.
Yes. Now we
So
are all back to the
I was
main
talking.
session.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, please. So what about practice? What did you discuss in the group? Shaima?
Yes, sir. So for practice, I discussed with Muhammad Bizrida. The procedure is the teacher asks the students to answer the exercise number 2 and 3. He said that maybe we should mention the techniques, maybe underline or completing, or using the term controlled practice. So I am a little bit confused. I don't know which one is correct.
Yeah, it means it's okay for both, answers. You can mention it's a controlled practice, or you just say number 1, students are going to answer question or activity number 3. It's a completion or a gap filling task. Okay. And the
Okay, yes.
materials used is the textbook.
The
Yeah,
textbook,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah. And the techniques we have underline and completing, or the controlled practice. Then timing we set 20 minutes. And the mode of work, it could be pair or individual work.
Great. Yes, interesting. Yeah, what about Umayma? Umayma's
Well,
group.
for the practice,
Yes.
Well, the answers were pretty diverse. From me, I went for underlying verb to be as a practice, and the materials that I will use is the handout or the worksheets or something. And the techniques, we were confused about it because we didn't know exactly the technique. Maybe it could be highlighting or I don't know. And for the time we set
Sorry,
7 minutes.
Umayma, you mean for question number 3, activity 3?
No,
Which activity?
we didn't depend on this on this textbook. We're talking like
Yeah, I see. So you adapted, you brought your own materials.
yes.
Great. So for the techniques, you can say highlighting, eliciting, using visual aids is a technique, using the board is a technique. The board alone is material. Using the board is a technique. You see the difference? The picture
Okay, yeah.
is material. Asking students questions about the picture is a technique.
Yes, I got it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
good. Now, what about production? Others. I mean the other group or other groups. Yes, other volunteers is number 4. Yes.
Concerning, can I give
Yeah.
my own model for the
Yeah.
first exercise? So for the first exercise, I will try to ask the student to read the dialogues. So I will pick up 2, so they can read the dialogue for everybody in the classroom. I will try to be sure that they understand the meaning, because the understanding of the meaning will lead them to understand the verb and to find the right way to conjugate the verb in question, the verb to be. I will ask them individually to reread again the text and answer the questions that are mentioned at the first and the second and the third. Then, after finishing and correcting the first step, answering the questions, I will try to ask them to pick up or to underline the forms of the verb to be on the dialogue.
Thank you. Yeah. So we can say for the production, for the procedure, students are going to do exercise number 4. Okay. They will play roles or they will complete the dialogue, etc. Materials, the student's book, the techniques. What techniques is used here? Role playing is a technique. Okay. Asking and answering is a technique. Timing, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, mode of work. It can be group work or pair work. It depends on each one. So look at this lesson. You will find that there is a table. Look here, activity number 3, there's a table or chart. It's for visual learners, for logical learners, for verbal, they read. And there is a picture. Look here, a picture again for visual learners. There's another table here. There is a conversation for verbal auditory learners, which means that this lesson is based on variety, and this lesson aims at satisfying the different learning needs. Okay, because we have pictures, we have charts, we have conversations, etc. Do you agree so far? Do you agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, is it
Sir, I
clear?
have another
Yes, teacher.
suggestion for the production stage in
Yeah.
this case.
Yes.
So for example, for that chart of the verb to be, we have affirmative, negative, and interrogative. I used to give my students, to write down these on the board, and I associate each color to each form. For example, the affirmative form, I give it the color black, for example, and the negative form, I give it blue, and interrogative, for example, I don't know, green. So, and then I asked the students pick up randomly one of the colors. So I asked them to, close their eyes and they pick up a color. For example, if they pick up the black one, so they have to give me a sentence in the affirmative form by using the verb to be. And the same thing goes for the whole class. So in this case, the materials are realia. So there are, for example, the pens that I have or the markers, they choose between them. And this method was worked pretty much for me and for my students. They enjoyed it so much.
Very interesting, Umema. Thank you. Yeah, very interesting techniques and ideas to teach tenses, verb to be, etc. Or you can use colors because you know your learners. So basically, when I teach students, when I use the green, and the green stands for affirmative forms, the red for the negative forms, and the blue for the question forms. So my learners associate colors with different forms. From the very beginning, we agree on a certain color that stands for a certain form. And throughout the whole year, when you write a verb in a red color, that means negative. When you write a verb in green color, that means affirmative. When you write the verb in the blue color, that means a question.
Yes, exactly.
Did you play? So did the blue color play blue color? So they know it's a question. I didn't play. So did not play is green. Sorry, is red, which means negative. I play, he plays, she plays. So plays, plays, etc. It's a green. That stands for affirmative. Decoding. These are some of the techniques you can use, color coding, decoding, to help your learners grasp the structure. Wonderful, thank you. Now let's move on. Sorry, to the next slide. Yeah, observation. You are going to observe. I mean, I'm going to share with you this video on Google Classroom, and then you reflect on it. Now, the last one, I want you to do this reflection on the WhatsApp group, please. Who are you most like at the moment? So you go to the WhatsApp group and you write a reflection. Anyone to read about Ibrahim? I need 4 volunteers. Ibrahim, team.
Can I read?
Can I read?
Ines, number
Aye.
1. Wafa, 2. Umayma, 3. And number 4 is?
Me?
Good.
I can go for Laura.
Yes. So, start.
I never plan. I follow the course book because it was designed by experts.
Good. Number 2.
Team. During my first years, I used to plan spending too much time. After 5 years, I have got more experience, so I do not need plan.
3.
I plan several times because my learners deserve a professional approach.
4.
I plan carefully, and I often find myself teaching people and not teaching the plan.
Wonderful. We can do only number 1. We can reflect on Brahim. What do you think altogether? For the other teachers, you can do it on the WhatsApp group. I never plan. I follow the course book because it was designed by experts. What do you think?
Sir?
It's wrong.
Yes.
It's.
Ines?
I think Ibrahim tries to be a slave to the course book, and once again he falls in the same mistake. So
I
he
love
shouldn't
this
do that.
word, slave to the textbook. Yes, go ahead.
So yes, it's actually borrowed from you, Professor. So I just borrowed the words from you. You're the one who used to say it, so I give the credit to you.
Thank you. Good. So, which means if you say it was designed by experts, you are underestimation yourself. You are an educator. Believe in your abilities. You can adapt. You can modify. You can be creative. Okay. So don't say because it was done or designed by experts. Other, what do you think about number 1?
The same idea. I disagree. That shows that the teacher is lazy and he will face a lot of problems. The textbook is not like a good, or the only source. He should prepare his lesson and plan his lesson. So I disagree.
Thank you, Shaima. It's an excuse for lazy teachers. Yeah.
Teacher.
I also
That's what we called a plagiarism. He plagiarism the course.
Okay.
Plagiarism.
All right. Thank you. Yes. About plagiarism.
I also think that following the course book will be boring for the students. They like the variety, they like activities, they like random things, not just following the syllabus.
Thank you. All right, that was very interesting lesson, very interesting introduction, very interesting reflections from your side. I'm very proud of you again. And don't forget that plans are very, planning your lessons are, is very important in your classes. And don't say, no, I know my class, so I'm going to use the same lesson plan every single time, every single year. but you have got different learners. The learners of this year, they are not the learners of next year. The learners of this class are not the learners of tomorrow's class. The learners of this activity may not be the learners of the coming activities, okay? So please plan, plan, and plan. Planning is everything. If you want to save your life and save the life of your learners, plan every time your lessons, and you will see that the more you plan your lessons, the more you enjoy your students and they feel enjoyed about your learning styles. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
sir. So
too.
I have
Thank
one
you so
question,
much.
please, before we leave. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
please. Yeah, Shaimat. Yeah.
I was just wondering if there is a presentation concerning the time management, because we didn't receive any presentation. We just have a video recorded, and I'm
Classroom
asking,
management.
yeah, I'm asking if there is one, please. Can you send that?
I don't get your point. What do you mean to send you what?
A presentation, like a PowerPoint.
I didn't send it? No?
No, there is
Sure.
only a video recorded.
Thank you for reminding me. I'm going to share it again
Thank you so
on Google
much.
Classroom. Yeah, thank you.
And I have one other question.
Good. Yeah, you can ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Concerning the micro teaching, do we have like a certain level of the students, or we should go like as we wish, like beginners or?
Yeah, as you like. The most important, before you start your micro teaching, you tell us about the lesson. Is it grammar? Is it vocab? Is it listening, reading, writing? And number two, you tell us about which part of the lesson you are going to focus on. Are you going to focus on presentation or practice or production? Or in the presentation, are you going to focus only on contextualization and production or what? Good. And also the level of learners. Who are you going to teach? If you say beginners, we are going to play the role of beginners. If you say intermediate, we are going to play this role, etc. Okay.
Yes, thank you so much.
So do we have the micro teaching next
Great.
Tuesday or Thursday?
Next week. So next week, the micro teaching. Next Thursday.
Thursday,
I'm going
okay.
to share with you the previous micro teaching sessions done by the previous trainees, just to have an idea. Okay.
Tutor, are we obliged to use the camera because I have a problem on my PC? I just have the audio.
Yeah, it would be better. It would be better to use it. I would
will try to fix
appreciate it if you can use it. If you cannot, then we have nothing to do.
Okay, I will try to fix it. Thank you.
Good. All right. So everyone will have between 5 to 10 minutes maximum for each. Okay.
That's clear. Yeah. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. See you next time.
Thank you. Have a good night.
My pleasure.
See you.